This podcast is brought to you by Elite Level Status Wines. My wine journey started with drinking cheap grocery store wines that were really acidic and gave me headaches. Then I switched to quote-unquote luxury, but overpriced, full-bodied wines that were really heavy and had a bad aftertaste. The inability to find the perfect wine led to the creation of Elite Level Status Wines. Elite Level Status Wines are approachable, medium-bodied wines with great flavor and minimal aftertaste. And with me being a health-conscious person, I wanted to create a wine that was lower in sugar and lower in calories than the full-bodied mass-produced wines that we always see. We currently have two wines. First is our Cabernet. It has notes of blackberry, cinnamon, plum, nutmeg, and French vanilla. Then we also have our Rosé wine. Our Rosé is going to be a flat, dry, pink Rosé with subtle strawberry and raspberry flavors. Both wines are medium-bodied wines with less sugar and less calories, and they're both available on my website, elsfinewine.com. Check them out, and I hope you love it. Thanks for clicking the link and checking out the Elite Level Status podcast. Since you're here, I have a special offer just for you. It's 15% off either of my wines. So click the link below and check them out, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Elite Level Status podcast, we're back again. Remember, you can catch us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Today, I have a special guest. She's a country singer and songwriter. Her name is Harmony. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Awesome. So let's jump into this first question. Give us your background. Where did you grow up and how did you get into music?
I was actually born and raised here in Vegas.
Wow,
One of the rare locals. Okay, yeah. Rare locals.
Yeah.
I feel like the people who are born here, sorry to everybody who moves here, but we're like the most normal people that live here.
100% agreed.
We are not fazed by things. We grew up around it. It's just, nothing is like, oh my God, you're starstruck, or oh my gosh, I have to go have a gambling problem. Like, we're not like that.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. When I went to college, they were like, did you grow up in a casino? Do you guys have Walmarts? Do you guys have gas stations? I'm like, when you
There are homes in Vegas?
Right.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah, of course there's homes.
I used to tell them, when you go to Vegas, is it just the casinos and a bunch of dirt, or are there like buildings off the strip? We're like, no, there's buildings.
Like, come on, God. I got asked in school if I took gambling classes. I was like, y'all, come on.
Yeah, and you have to just learn to ignore the ignorance sometimes.
You do.
People don't know any better.
Yep.
But yeah, I definitely think we are some of the more normal people. What high school did you go to?
Las Vegas Academy. What about you?
Interesting. So I went to Clark. It's like a magnet program for a couple weeks. I hated it. You know, I had to wake up at 4 a.m., take the bus, go across town. So then I just went to the school I was zoned for, which is Cimarron.
Okay, I was zoned for Vegas High.
Okay.
But I did LVA because obviously singing.
Yeah. So tell us more about that. Like, how did you get into music?
Oh my goodness. So when I was younger, I was about 3 years old. My dad does like vocal impersonations and impressions and stuff. And he put a microphone in my hand when I was like 3 years old.
Wow.
And they discovered I can sing. They're like, wait, our kid's actually on key. This is wild. But it wasn't my first love. Surprisingly, my first love was dance.
Okay.
And I grew up extremely shy. Like if we were in a room, I would make you face the wall or I would have to face the wall. And my parents were always trying to get me to sing. And I'm like, turn around or I'm going to turn around. Because I just very, very shy person. And then all of a sudden when I would go on the stage, I just came alive. I was so happy. My mom's like, who is this kid? Like, that is not my shy little girl. Like, I thrived on the stage. It was my favorite place in the world. And dance was my whole life. I did 2 of every different class, jazz, tap, background, modern, ballet, you name it. I was just lived for dance. And then I had a talent show through my dance company where I did sing in front of people. And I was like, wait a second, I actually like singing.
Yeah.
Like, I really love singing. And I was able to go to the performing arts high school that just helped me hone my craft a little. And you have to keep up a certain performance schedule, like a certain amount of performances along with your GPA and things like that. And when I was on the stage, I was just like, I know for a fact, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, like using my voice. And like, I still love to dance. Don't get me wrong. I will work up a dance. Yeah. But I knew at that moment, like, this is it.
Yeah. I love that. You seem so passionate. And so it doesn't surprise me that you started at such a young age.
Yeah. Loved it. Whole life.
So country music is about storytelling. What story are you trying to tell through your music?
Goodness, I have so many stories to tell. So many life experiences. But I do like to write songs from personal experiences that are super relatable just because I have listened to music and it helped me get through so much in my life. And I want that with my music. So I want people to be like, oh my goodness, I'm not alone. Somebody else went through this. They're surviving. Oh, wow, she's articulating something that I can't put into words myself. And this is the message I want to say to somebody, or this is exactly how I'm feeling. And music helps people through anything, whether you're happy or sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps you. It's a whole thing. It makes the world go round. And that's why I love songwriting so much, just because I get to do that for other people too. And I watch the impact, or I get the messages where people are like, I'm going through heartbreak, and what you wrote about is exactly what I'm feeling right now. Like, thank you for writing this, you know?
Right. Well, love that. Yeah, you can definitely help a lot of people through music.
Yeah. So my songs are about everything, like everything that I've experienced in life. And it is from being in love to heartbreak to just having moments with my friends, or so there's a lot. It covers a lot of subjects, honestly.
Yeah. So what are some personal experiences that have had the most effect on your music?
Breakups, heartbreak, you bad men out there. Mostly heartbreak, yeah.
Okay.
Disappointment and heartbreak, and just I write sad songs really well. I wish that wasn't the case. People are always like, "Can you come up with some more like happy songs?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, when things work out in my love life, I will.
Well, so I feel like I feel like you can't really lose though, because when you get in a relationship, it's either going to go great and you're going to be in a great relationship, or it's going to go bad and now you can make music from it.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to profit off the heartbreak. Are you kidding me? I'm going to be rich from these men breaking my heart and disappointing me. So thank you all for that. Yeah. No, you know what? I kind of tell people, I'm like, when I date them, I'm sort of like, a song will be written about you most likely. Yeah. You are the one who determines if it's going to be a good song or a bad song. Right. But either way, thank you for the song. Right. You know?
I love that outlook. And then, I just love the fact when you approach it like that, there should be no pressure on you.
No.
You're going to win either way.
Either way.
So the guy is going to be the loser.
Oh, I'm going to get something out of this.
Exactly.
100%. My time will not be wasted here.
Do you feel like music lets you say things that you normally can't articulate in a normal conversation?
In a way, yes, but more so, I mean, I'm a very upfront person. I'm very honest and upfront, and I have no problem telling it like it is. But I feel the songs are more my therapy in the aftermath of things. Ooh, okay. So, after a breakup, it's kind of like I accumulate all of the thoughts and I process all of the emotions, and I'm able to bottle that message up into a song that will live forever. Yeah. And it's my release. Once I put it into the song, I'm now releasing it. Okay. And also sometimes it's really funny because you go through the breakup and then I'm just like, hey, download my new song, and the person knows it's about them. And I'm like, you're welcome.
Hold on, wait. So what's that process? You're not sending it to them for approval or anything. You're just releasing it?
Oh, no, I'm just releasing it. And I'm like, notice any, does this sound familiar? Wonder why.
Do you mind sharing any of the maybe responses that guys have had in the past about, oh, hey, this is definitely about me?
Oh, yeah. I wrote like pretty much an entire album about one person. And he's like, I had told him, I was like, I'm on my second album, which I'm doing this year. And he's like, it's going to be so cool to hear songs that are not about me and how shitty I am. And I was like, sorry.
This is very interesting, though, because sometimes it's hard to have a tough conversation in a relationship, right? And so, you have a specific way that you can communicate with men. Yeah. That I feel like most women will never have, right? Yeah. And, another advantage to you is that, when you communicate with your exes, you make money off it too. So again, you put yourself in an advantageous position here. Yeah. So credit to you.
God, I love my job. It's fun.
Okay, so you kind of already answered this next one. So I was going to ask you, what's easier for you? Because you're also a songwriter. So what's easier to write a song, when you're coming from pain or when you're coming from love and happiness? So the answer is that it's easier to write a song when you're coming from pain.
Oh my goodness. Really? It comes to me like that. It just downloads and the song writes itself, basically.
Okay, so for people who don't know, can you kind of walk us through your process? When you write a song, are you literally sitting there with like a pen and paper?
Yeah, some people will type into their phone. I like old school pen and paper.
Okay.
I don't know. There's just something different about that. But I do it in a few different ways, but I do call them downloads, it sounds crazy if you haven't experienced it, but it's almost like you go in this state of flow, which is a real thing. But it's like it just downloads into my system and it releases. Sometimes I don't even remember writing the song. Like It just the process happens. Other times a producer will give me a bunch of different beats, right? And I will feel something from just the music, and then I will apply lyrics and melody to it. Other times I will hear a cool phrase or think of a metaphor while I'm speaking to somebody or in a situation, and I can't get it out of my head until I go and write about it. And I love writing in metaphors and stuff. But so the process is different, and then I'll bring that to a producer and they will build the music around it. So I'm always, music and lyrics are super important to me, but I have been at events where I have had to step mid-conversation because I can tell that it's downloading in my mind. And I'm like, I know this is so weird and I'm not trying to be rude, but I need to go get this out and I need to record it into my phone because I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
And I'll step to the side and I'll do like a voice memo thing, and then the song will be like written that night.
Love the self-awareness to be able to recognize that, right?
Yeah.
So when you're writing, do you have to be in a studio? Can you be like at home? Or?
Oh, no. I do it at home all the time. Or like I said, at an event, I'm like stepping to the side by a wall and I'm like, This song's got to come out right now. A lot of times before I go to bed, in the shower, I write very well with the shower. Like there's something about water, like the purity of water coming down on you. Wow. So, I mean, I'm writing everywhere. Ideas come everywhere. We could have a conversation. I could be like, ooh, song idea about this. You just never know.
Interesting. Interesting. So do you feel pressure to fit into like a certain image as a country artist, or are you trying to like carve your own lane?
Honestly, ever since I was little, I have always kind of felt like I was in my own lane because my influences are everything from country to pop to rock to oldies to current day, like everything. And I used to hate that labels would tell me that you have to sort of fit into this box and you have to pick a lane, so to speak. And while I understood it, like, yes, you have to represent a certain genre, I was like, well, I love everything and I listen to everything and I can sing everything well. And I don't want to only sing this one thing where I'm doing like a pop rock song, but hey, next I want to do a country song. So I hated that. So I was lucky enough, the last producer on my last album kind of helped me to blend all of my influences and make that lane for myself. So you do hear a little bit of country, you do hear a little bit of pop, you do hear a little bit of rock, and those are from my influences. And now it's a harmony sound. Okay. It's like Harmony Shay's sound.
That is
so
crazy.
I can dabble into all of them, but it's still like my own distinctive like music. You wouldn't just be like, this is for sure this or this is for sure that. It's kind of a blend,
Love that. And it's crazy that your name is actually Harmony.
That's wild. I don't know how my parents
that's
knew
your
that.
name on your birth certificate.
That's my
Harmony?
real name. Yeah. I have sisters named Destiny and Stormy. Can you imagine if one of them got Harmony and they don't sing?
And they don't sing.
That would suck. Like my parents were so smart. It was meant to be. My dad actually named me. He was singing the song Harmony and Me from Elton John. And my mom's like, that's the name.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks, Elton. I should thank him one day.
Yeah.
Elton, if you're watching, you are the reason for my name.
That is so amazing. So, okay, now I'm curious, what goes into picking like a producer and your team around you? Yeah. How do you find a good producer?
That is the hard part, I will say, because you want to vibe properly and you want your vision to be your vision and you want them to understand it and be on the same page. And that's honestly not always the case.
Okay.
So I kind of I check the work that they've done. I do see what genres they work in. If there's some who can do everything, sort of like how I want to sing everything. There's some who like have never touched a country song before. So if I were to bring them a song that's a little more country, they may not produce it in the same way as somebody who's dabbled in that before and understands. So I do kind of tend to look at people's work prior and just see their overall sound. And then also it's an energy thing with their vibe. Like with their personal energy. Like,
absolutely.
Do I get along with them? Am I having fun in the studio? Are they playful? Like, do they get my funny jokes? Are they laughing at me?
So how do you hold like job interviews? Like how do you find that out?
I kind of research online. Honestly, the producers I've worked with have been referrals. So it has been my people who I trust and I love their sound or I've heard their songs that have come out. I will go and kind of, it's sort of like an interview, but more like a, let's see if we vibe with each other. Like, what am I looking to do? All right, you're going in this, okay, this is a cool working relationship. Let's go.
Can you tell like when there's chemistry, like when you first sit down with a producer, like, okay, yeah, we vibe, or does it take time?
I'm a big energy reader. So I'm an empath and I can just sense energies right away. I know if like I will get along, I want to pull forward. If I won't get along with you, I want to do this.
Okay, well, speaking of energies, let's make a transition here to some dating questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. So just overall, what are your current thoughts on the modern dating market?
Hate it. I am not for these parts.
Okay, please explain.
Okay. Especially in Las Vegas, I think it is just not for the weak. It is a shit show out there. I think people men, no offense, are not acting like men lately.
No, I agree.
They're very feminine now.
Okay, I agree.
The bare minimum is asking too much now.
Okay.
Responding to people is asking for too much. They invite you out on a date and allow you to pay. I'm like, you invited this person out. And that's just something that's extremely common right now.
Well, I would say to you that there are still men out there that want to be men.
Yeah.
That will invite a woman out and want to take the lead, want to pay, want to plan a date. Those guys still are out there. I try to bring them on the show as much as possible.
Oh my gosh,
right? So,
where are you guys?
So I do want to say to you that, men see that too.
Okay.
There are still a lot of masculine men out there, but there's a lot of divisive content on social media.
Yeah.
And I think that men are trying to approach women. They're trying to make a positive impact. They're going about it the wrong way, which is why I want to have this show, right?
Yeah.
So I love your answer there because I do want the guys out there to hear that. Like, be a man. Like, a woman like you want to be a woman.
Yes.
You don't want to have to act like a man.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, this is what I talk to all the girls about.
Would you say that that's probably one of your biggest pain points in modern dating?
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, you're right. I don't want to have to be the man. I'm the one who's building things, and I'm doing this, and I'm like, wait a second, how did these roles reverse?
Right. And so that's a huge, we'll get into that off camera, but there is a reason why I believe that that's happening. But I will tell you, like, don't lose, hope. There are a lot of men.
Because I am really on the edge of hope being lost.
No, the man you wanted is out there. I'm gonna tell you that. We just got to make it clear what the proper approach is for a woman like you, right?
Yeah.
So with that said, can you just give us some of the traits that you would most prioritize in a man? We know you want like a strong alpha male, but past that, what are some other traits that would make a good impression to you?
Honestly, somebody who's funny. I love laughing, and I'm funny, so we need to laugh together. Also, a huge thing for me, and I am realizing a void in this as well, or big gap, is somebody who knows the difference between honesty and transparency. And it seems a lot of people think that is the same thing, and it is not. Honesty is, I ask you, what'd you do today? And you're like, I went to the store and I did this. Yeah, okay, you went to the store, you did that. Transparency is, I went to the store, I ran into my friend from college at the store, we went and had a beer, and then I came home. Like, you don't leave things out when you're transparent, and you don't wait for the questions to be asked. You offer the information, and guys just don't know that. So that's a very positive trait for somebody to have.
Okay, so let's stay here for a second.
Yeah.
Because this is important. So you want transparency from men.
Mm-hmm.
My response to you on that one is going to be, men are not going to be transparent, especially up front, because when you're too transparent, that may push you away.
Okay.
If you're talking to a guy and you see potential, and you're potentially into him, right? And he's into you.
Yeah.
And maybe he's already talking to somebody else. He's not going to be transparent and say, "Hey, Harmony, I know that we're talking right now, but I'm also seeing this other girl."
Right.
If he tells you that, you may say, "Okay, well, go be with her then." So I think that is a common misunderstanding between men and women nowadays.
But I think I would respect him more if he did actually say that personally. Personally. Yeah.
You would. And I tell guys all the time, you're going to get further by telling the truth.
Yes.
And to the guys watching, and this may come off as like toxic, but to guys, if you can prove that there are other women that want you too, that's just going to help your case. And so if you tell the truth, she'll respect the fact, okay, he actually told me, and you build equity, you build trust.
You really do.
Most men aren't going to do that though, because you put yourself at risk. Well, are you talking to somebody else? Okay, well, go be with her.
Yeah, it's fear-based.
And I think for men, it's harder to get the opportunity to talk to a beautiful woman. Whereas men are typically, the alpha male should be approaching you. They should be coming up to you and making that first move.
But they don't do that either nowadays. I'm telling you, it's weird.
All your comments, I totally agree with. I just want to give the man's point of view too. So with I call it cold approach, like meeting people out in public, right? A lot of men get embarrassed and they hold on to negative experiences, right? So if it goes bad once or twice, now there's a lot more ways that it could go bad for a guy than it can go good, especially in public. And you don't want to get embarrassed, right? I can only imagine when men see women like you out there, it's got to be a perfect situation. I got to be standing on the elevator, or you walk in, it's just us, and now I can shoot my shot. If it's not as clean as that, a lot of guys aren't going to do it, right?
Yeah.
And so now with the feminine overtones that are being pushed out there, a lot of guys are like, oh, well, the woman should come up to me first, and she wants to make money and she wants to live her own life, so she wants to talk to me, she should come up to me. Wrong mindset, but that's how guys are thinking now, right? So I tell guys all the time, you need to build attraction first. You need to be your best self. You need to go to the gym. You need to try and be successful. You need to be aspirational. You need to wear nice clothes. You need to smell good. You need to try to have build attraction first, and then help yourself. Because if you start doing that, that's how you build confidence. And if you go up to a woman, listen, it may not go great every time, but at least you have a concrete answer. Either she's into you or not, and you can move forward. You don't have to guess and wonder, right?
True.
I think a lot of men are like, well, what do women want? They want a man to buy them flowers. And so they go buy flowers and it doesn't go anywhere. And now they resent women. Whereas women want flowers from a guy that they're attracted to. So you need to be attractive first, and then please get the flowers and do all that stuff.
Yes, but they don't work on themselves first.
They don't. They don't.
Do not.
And that's my number one issue.
Yes.
And this is why I wanted to start this platform. This is very, very important. Because you would respect a guy. He doesn't have to have it all figured out. But if he's aspirational, you can see the path that he's on.
100%. He's trying.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah. Then at least you would respect him more and give him an opportunity. I'm not saying that, you guys are going to get married, but at least you'd be open to giving him the opportunity. Yeah. Right. As opposed to a feminine guy that's trying to talk to you, and correct me if I'm wrong, you would rather be in a more submissive role to a strong man that you respect as opposed to leading a weak man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a strong woman myself also, so I would want to be equal with my partner, but yes, I just don't want to need to run the entire show all the time. Okay. I want him to also contribute, you know? I felt like in my last relationship, he was able to grow and learn, and he was becoming better because of things I was offering and teaching and providing. And I realized, and even had the talk with him where I was just like, I'm not growing with you. You're not able to, unfortunately, to teach me anything that I can't do myself. But your takeaway is so much from what I'm offering and providing. And that was just unattractive to me. Yeah. I didn't like that.
Yeah. The man needs to be a net positive to your life. You have a great life as is. If you're in a relationship, he needs to be adding value.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And I don't think that's asking too much. So I feel like people, that should be the standard. No one should be in a relationship because you fear being alone. Yeah. Or you just want to be in a relationship. Well, I have to be married by this age or whatever it is. No. Build a life that you're happy with by yourself. And if you meet someone, they add value. So 100%. You win either way.
That's how it is. And I think a lot of guys also, though, unfortunately, there's this thing where you don't feel good enough when you're with a person. And with what I do for a job, or, being seen by a lot of people, or singing to people, anything like that, for some reason, there's an inadequacy that's felt. Not that you're making people feel, but it's something within themselves that they don't feel good enough a lot for a certain type of a person. And that can affect your relationship greatly. There's no confidence.
I couldn't agree more with that. But I think people, if a person thinks you're too good for them, then you probably are. And that may come across the wrong way. But I think that, especially for someone like you, I think that if a guy thinks that you're better than him, you probably are. So I think that you should find a guy that has that confidence. It's like, okay, no, like come with me. I'm going to lead us, and we're both going to be a power couple. We're going to build together.
That's not that hard.
That's not too much to ask.
It's not. So
that's why I'm telling you. Like I'm kind of getting a vibe that you're kind of like losing faith in like the dating market.
Yes.
I would tell you don't lose faith. The guy you want is out there, right? But there's just so much of a disconnect.
Yeah.
And miscommunication between men and women right now.
There really is.
And I think that's the biggest problem. I think that if we can get aspirational women and aspirational men to know that the person you want is out there and they want the same thing that you do. I know so many great guys, so many successful, confident, strong guys. All they want is a wife and a kid to play catch with in the front yard. That's all they want.
Where are they?
But they think that they're never going to get that. So then what do? You go the other way. You buy into the garbage that's on social media and be like, listen, I'm going to try and get as many women as I can. I'm going to do the bare minimum and try and get as much as possible, get as rich as I can, and just go that route. Where it's like, no, like you don't have to have the mindset. And that's not really what they want to do either. Like most men don't really want that.
Yeah.
Right? Most men want a family that they can provide for and protect. Mm-hmm. Have something to go out in the world and be great for, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many guys that are losing faith. And so what are they doing? They're going to play video games or they're not going to work hard. There's no aspiration because like for what? I don't have a chance with like the girl that I want. She's not out there. So I'm just going to like, if you lead men to their own vices, they're going to stay at home and play video games.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to make a change.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
What does a man need to understand before dating a woman like you?
He would need to understand that I am very strong. I am very independent. And my career means the world to me. So I want somebody, kind of like you said, that just complements the lifestyle, that is supportive, that is my rock, my partner who keeps me grounded, and vice versa. You want to lift each other up and just understands that that's my job and that's my personal life.
Yeah.
Like those are two separate things, but you can also be supportive of it.
Would you prefer a man that's also in the music industry too, or does that like not matter to you?
Oh, no. Oh,
oh
no. No more of those.
Hold on, wait. Why you say it like that?
No more of those. No, you can't have two people in the limelight. You can't.
Okay,
it doesn't work.
Can you please go deeper on this?
Like there's always this like power battle. Power struggle,
okay.
power, like, trust me, I've tried it. I've tried the actors, I've tried the musicians, I've tried singers, photographer, all of it. It just doesn't work because you want to be alike to some degree, but it works better when you have one person who is in the limelight, who is after that, and the other person who wants nothing to do with it, but is so supportive of it.
Okay, hold on.
That's what works.
All right, wait, so now I'm curious. Okay, so.
This is by trial and error.
Okay, no, and I love that, and I understand that. Okay, so like let's take Harmony's hypothetical like great perfect guy, the guy that you dream about at night, right?
Yes.
Like let's take that guy. Let's say that he's out here in the world.
Okay.
What's the lowest level of success that he would have, and you would still date him seriously? Like, are we talking like this guy could work at like Home Depot or something, and then you date him, or like what level? Can he still command your respect?
Yeah.
So he ideally you don't want to, and correct me if I'm wrong, so he shouldn't be in the music industry. You said actors, so like we don't want anyone that's like has a high level of like notoriety and fame. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay, that's interesting. That's not the answer that I would have expected.
No, I don't want it.
Okay. So then
I want the behind the scenes person. I don't want the
This is interesting.
I need all the attention type person. Like, no. We got to balance. We got to balance. There's already one of us.
Okay, interesting.
In that field,
So if he has like a normal job.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he could be, he could be a lawyer or work at
Or wait, hold on, that's not a normal job though. All right, hold on. So okay. So
I mean, not
because
like
for any guys that are watching, because this is a huge pain point for men.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm interested to hear your answer. What is, let's just have, for the purposes of this conversation.
Okay.
This man checks like all your boxes.
Okay.
Okay. But his occupation, his income and his job.
Okay.
What's the lowest we can go on the proverbial totem pole for you to still respect him, not belittle him, and still be okay being in a public relationship with him?
Yeah.
Could he work at Home Depot?
If he worked I don't mind where he works. So Home Depot would be totally fine, but he would need to be able to have a home, a car, pay his bills, and be able to travel with me and like do fun things. If he can do that, awesome.
If he has a smaller house than you, is that okay? If he has a lesser car than you?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as he can still provide. As long as you're also providing in the relationship, not me taking care of everything.
Okay. So
that's what would matter to me. Not like I need to pull my card out, which I've experienced already, and pay for, if we want to go on a trip, I got to cover the trip.
You literally just read my mind because that's where I was about to go next. No. Okay, so where I was going with that is dude at Home Depot, you probably make more money than him.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're expecting him to provide. If you want to take a nice trip to the Maldives or something and he can't afford it, then I feel like you would not intentionally.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it, because women get, especially in Vegas, women get a bad rap for being like superficial and like money hungry and all that. And I tell dudes all the time, well, you don't need to worry about that until you actually have money for them to take. But every guy thinks these girls are trying to take all my money. Oh my God. But at the same time, there's a certain quality of life that you've already established for yourself.
Yes. That's more so what it
you
is.
should not date down and date a man that isn't at least living at the same level that you can provide for yourself.
Yeah, I don't want a person who cannot provide the life I provide for myself. I'm used to a certain standard that I work hard to do. So it's not about the person. It doesn't mean that's a bad person or that I don't find them attractive or funny or any of those, but I just know that I want certain things. And I, like you said, if I want to go to the Fiji, if I want to go do that, I don't want to have to be the person doing it. I want him to be an equal. No, your man should
be able to take you
and go with
Fiji.
me. Just be like, hey, I want to take a trip. Like, that's all.
What level of fame is a turnoff? Like, how famous are we talking? If he's known like just locally in town, and let's say he's a top lawyer in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So like around here, like people know him. But if you go to Fiji, no one cares. No one knows.
I don't think it's necessarily the level of fame, because I've dated famous people, I've dated well-known people, I've dated rich people. It's more, from my experiences, people in limelight situations who are, say, not very famous, but decently known, they have a need for attention. That's where, and that causes, that can lead to a lot of disrespect or inappropriate situations when you're in a relationship. That's my experience.
That's a good answer, bro.
That's why.
Okay.
So it's not about famous or not famous.
Okay.
It's about individual, like it's about the mentality of my experiences with people who have been well-known.
You don't want a man that's a diva.
No. And you can be extremely famous, but if you have morals and values in the way that I do and we align on that and you don't care about the attention, you're not the type that's giving into the attention just because you know you're good looking and you're successful and people are throwing themselves at you. If you have morals, boundaries, and you never cross lines and your girl, and which is me, is your whole world, very different, then that's a yes. Okay. That's fine.
And I love that. And you'll find that. I understand now.
Very
and
different.
that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
If you could play one of your songs for someone you were falling for, what song would it be and why?
You know, I'm going to have to go with my song called Valentine's Day. The reason would be it is all about love, but the message is more just, I'm going to love you for the rest of my life. And it's not just on Valentine's Day. That's not the only day you're going to feel love. You're going to feel it every day. I'm going to get you the things that I would get you on Valentine's Day randomly, just because I love you, and you don't need a holiday to love somebody.
Love that.
That would be their song.
And you wrote that song not from Heartbreak. You wrote that song really?
You know what? That is one of my rare not from experiences songs. So that was not written for somebody, and I was not like in a happy relationship thinking about somebody when I wrote that. That was just one of those themed songs that I was just like, I love the message of this song.
You know, that is interesting, right? Because everyone wants to go public with how much they're in love on Valentine's Day, but I think that a man that knows his girl is trying to show him Valentine's Day love every day.
Every day.
I mean, what man wouldn't want that?
I know.
I mean,
I am a lover,
Yeah.
boys. I'm a lover. I love love. I'm a hopeless romantic. And so I love making my person feel wanted, adored, loved every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
No, I love it. I would say to you, don't lose hope.
Okay.
You're going to find the man that you want. He's out there. There are a lot of strong, confident alpha males still out there that are looking for a woman like you. So don't lose hope in that.
Okay. I'm waiting for y'all.
Listen, I appreciate you coming in today.
Yeah.
How can people find you, all your social media? How do people listen to your music? Just plug all your brands.
So Instagram is the best way to see my schedule, all of my upcoming releases, and all my funny little videos, my performance videos. It is Instagram.com/Harmony Shay with an underscore at the end. You can listen to any of my songs. I got 13 released out right now that I wrote and a new album coming this year. Just type Harmony Shay into any music platform. You can hear my music.
Awesome. Love that. Are there any other topics you want to touch on before we get out of here?
I feel like we done good today.
Okay.
Your wine, this wine, my favorite wine.
Well, I wasn't expecting this. Okay, thank you.
Some of my very favorite wine is elite level. What is elite level status?
Elite level status. Listen, I appreciate that.
It's so good. We did a girls' night and the 2 bottles were gone. Let's just say that.
I'm going to be clipping this up and putting it on my social media.
Get your
you
wine
will see this.
on. Hey, girls' night.
No, awesome. I love that. I appreciate that. So yeah, thank you for coming in again.
Yeah.
I think people are going to love this. I think that everything you said, I think is very relatable to women. And I think we definitely helped some guys out here understand what a woman like you is looking for and what she wants.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be good.
Do better, boys.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. Elite Level Status Podcast. I'm your host, Will Scott, and we'll see you guys next time.